Well, welcome back, my Virgo soulmates. I missed you guys. I took a couple of weeks off. It's been a crazy bit of a time. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to talk to my Virgo soulmates, guys. I don't know about you, but man, I have been trying to complete a cycle and spring is coming and I'm like, can we close this cycle of winter? Can we really put this past winter behind us? I mean, I've actually had kind of a negative pattern that's been appearing with my health, and you know, I've been trying to conquer that, and I was almost kind of at a point where I thought I had kind of, you know, was ready to complete that cycle, and I'm like, yes, I'm going to be able to put this terrible, horrible chapter behind me. And then, then I went and got a chemical pill and a microneedling. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you guys, Virgo, I just like have to let you know, like, even though I'm a reader and, you know, I've studied spiritual enlightenment, you know, I have my own set of challenges. And, you know, what I'm getting for Virgos is that we have kind of had a setback a little bit. You know, I thought I was done with something and that pattern came back up and I was just like, you know, why is this happening again? How did I create this? And I don't know if you guys are feeling the setback, but what I will tell you is that spiritually, I've done a lot of meditating. I have really been tapping into spirit a lot to help me see what it is that I needed to see to be able to learn what I need to learn so that I don't keep recreating this same cycle for myself. So I don't know if you guys are going through something right now like me, but you know, we are Virgos. We overanalyze the hell out of everything, and you know, I get stuck in that analysis paralysis energy where, you know, I have to see the answer in order to let it go, you know, and, you know, us Virgos, we're perfectionists and we work so hard at trying to be our best all of the time, and we want to give of ourselves. And, you know, my messages from spirit lately have just been, you know, Jill, you've got a big chapter of your life coming up. It's just right around the corner, but Spirit has been letting me know, you know, it's funny because we kind of get tested in threes, I think, by the universe a lot of times, just to make sure that we've learned what we needed to learn from a particular cycle. And I feel like this cycle has been, for me, has been going on for a couple of years now. So, you know, but Spirit was just like, look, it's really important for you to rest. It's important for you to get your rest and rejuvenation, and it's this time of meditation and being able to, you know, go in and be still and allow your soul to bring the answers to you, and realizing that I need to value the part of the cycle where I learn the lesson and let go of the cycle, you know, and I can't speed through that process of, you know, trying to force the new chapter to come before it's time to try to, you know, I want to jump and I want to start this new chapter. There's a lot that I want to come out with on this channel. And I, you know, I've been having these issues with just overcoming some trauma, and it's showed up in my skin, and I'm trying to do some correction through estheticians, and, you know, and I investing in my body and reaching out for the help. And then, you know, and then what happens is she went too deep. So anyways, it's just been a crazy month of May, and so I'm anxious to see what's going on with you guys, and if you are feeling like you have had a setback in any of a cycle or a pattern that you've been going through. But I do feel like, you know, us Virgos, especially, like, the energy that's coming through me is that, you know, we are definitely being called to do something where we're going to be beginning a new chapter, and we need to be rested, and you know, that wellness is just being full of love and light, and that high energy of self-worth is just right around the corner for us. I feel like we're almost done, we're almost there, and some really great things are coming. Right now I'm just in the nature of spring coming, and, you know, the blossoms outside, and be able to go outside and go to the zoo. I thought it would be fun to pull from my Power Animal Oracle deck and just see what our spirit messages from our power animals are. What do we have for my Virgo soulmates? Please show me, holy angels, spirits, and guides, what messages do the power animals, the spirit animals have for my Virgo soulmates for the month of May. Tell us what's going on with Virgos and what kind of advice. You know, I don't often share what's going on with me. I think sometimes as a reader, we feel like we have to be perfect, and we don't want our fellow soulmates to know that we also are on our own journey. But, you know, I'm learning a lot about letting go of this whole perfection thing, and just, you know, and I'm, like I said, I'm going to be coming out with, Todd and I are coming out with our book, and I wrote a book. I wrote actually 2 books, and it was kind of heavy. And so Todd is an editor, and he's also my partner and business partner, and you know, he's kind of come in, and we're coming out with this story about the 2 parts of ourselves, Hugh the human and Saul the soul, and how we bring those parts of ourselves together so that we can be a soulful creator, so that we can let our soul take control and, you know, help us manifest our highest selves. And so anyway, there's just a lot of really great things happening, and I'm anxious to get this information out because it's been, you know, a good 10 years in the making for me, in, you know, that I've been in training to be a teacher of about the soul. I'm pulling some surrender cards to see what we need to surrender, Virgos, and also I want to pull some messages from Spirit, holy angels, spirits, and guides and loved ones from the other side. You know, I'm going to put those back in. For some reason, this deck has been sticking. The cards really need to be... I think I need to put some flour in the cards. Sometimes that helps them. There we go. All right. We've got 3 messages there. Is there anything else? All right, very good. Okay, Virgos. All right, guys, let's take a look at what's going on. All right, so what I see is the 3 of Pentacles in the reverse, which means that we're kind of in this stage where we need to, and I'm going to say we because you guys are me out there, where I'm a Virgo as well. We need to allow others to help us and to help us plan this next chapter that we're going through. I think that we have, when it comes to, you know, whether we're creating abundance in our life or our passion project, or, you know, what is our soul's mission, or, you know, Virgos have a very important mission. I think that because we analyze things so much, we're one of the spiritual teachers that are being called to wake up first. And I think because we're so sensitive and service oriented and wanting to give all of ourselves, you know, we are one of the spiritual gurus and teachers that, and, you know, we're kind of leading the way when it comes to helping others through the spiritual journey. And, you know, I believe that Virgos are, a lot of Virgos are very abundant and healers. And well, a lot of times we think that we need to do things by ourselves, and that we can't trust others to help us because we have this perfectionist syndrome. And this is really telling me that, you know, so 3s are all about expansion and growth. Okay. So in order for us to really come into our, you know, our growth and to get on that path, because this is about planning. This is about, in the creation stage, 3s are at the point where it's like you have an idea, you want to start talking about it, you want to start sharing it with the others, and also you want to start collaborating with others in harmony. And so when it's in a reverse like this, it tells me that maybe we've been not willing to take advice or ask for help when it comes to fulfilling our mission. Now, the challenge to this is that we realize that we need to have a change in our life. Okay, so 5s are all about conflict and change and instability and wanting to have more stability. And this is saying, you know, these 2 people have been out in the cold. They felt left out. They feel like the universe is like blessing everybody else and passing them by. They're wondering when they're going to get out of this dark time. They're wondering when this difficult chapter is going to end, and they're looking for help. But part of that is being willing to ask for help, because they could just turn around and go right into the church and ask for help, or pray or listen to their soul or whatever, or be open to receive the help from others. And so there's this thing where I think, you know, we're wanting to come in from the cold. We're wanting to come out of this dark time, but we also have to realize that, you know, Spirit is wanting us to understand that in order for us to manifest our highest self, we have to be willing to do that in teamwork and being able to collaborate with others and not going alone at everything all of the time. All right, so coming in from the root is the Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords can be very direct, cutting, critical. She's my critic, okay? She'll tell you, you know, she thinks she has all the answers. She's willing to, you know, take out her sword and cut off everybody and you know, cut the cord of all the toxic people and, you know, clean out your perception about what's harmful for you. What are those beliefs that are what I call BS, bullshit beliefs? You know, what do I need to cut out of my life? What are the toxic people? What are the toxic thoughts? What are the toxic beliefs? What's recreating toxic patterns? And she's very critical and, you know, wanting to know the truth and wanting to get to the bottom of things and with us Virgos is wanting to analyze the hell out of everything until we get to the truth. So the problem with the Queen of Swords is that we can come across sometimes being so direct and so critical and so perfectionistic about the way that we view life that it's a little harsh. Right? It can be harsh, and we can cut off a part of ourselves because we're not in alignment sometimes with the energy of love. We can sometimes be a little bit too cutting. Now, so Virgo, in the past, this is telling me that you really are wanting to, you know, sixes are about moving from troubled waters and wanting to move to more peaceful waters where you can have a, you know, harmonious solution. You want to overcome the suffering. You want to let go of the past. And there's, you know, all these truths, all these things. You want to gather up your loved ones. He's got his, you know, his partner and child in the boat. It's like, I want to take my loved ones to a better place, and I want to get out of this horrible, you know, human journey that I've been on that's been very painful and full of really harsh lessons, not feeling good enough, you know, that kind of thing. So 6 is wanting to come back into harmony with yourself. Now, the crown chakra is showing me that you're in the King of Wands energy. King of Wands is my entrepreneurial card. So I really feel like, you know, so this is telling me, Virgo, that you're very attractive, you're very charismatic, you're very bold, you're willing to take action, you're a doer, you're adventurous, you're wanting to build your kingdom or your queendom, whether you're, you know, masculine or feminine, doesn't matter. But this is really saying you really want to, and if you're looking for a relationship, it may mean that you're really wanting to partner with an Aries, Leo, Sag. So I don't know if there's like, and I know with myself that I've actually was married to an Aries, I dated a Leo. So I am very attracted to the energy of the fire signs, which is holding the wand, and those that are very action oriented, probably because what it does is it gets me out of my freaking head, right? We're in our head so much, and we need someone to hang around and partner with someone that will actually help us get out of our head and actually start turning our knowledge into wisdom, using that wand, that Harry Potter wand, and start turning that knowledge into wisdom by putting it into your life experience and taking action. So either you want to partner with a fire sign, or you're wanting to be the entrepreneur for yourself, be some sort of a leader, or that is what is coming in from your soul, is leadership, is definitely. And I was saying earlier how important I think that Virgos are being called to wake up, and you know, that's why we're given the gift of analyzing, so that we can get to the truth, right? Get to the truth quickly so that we can then be a teacher of truth. So I think there's something there to that. Now, if for future action, you have the Two of Wands, okay? So my Two of Wands is the energy of preparing for what it is this journey that you're going to go on. This guy's standing here, you know, he's got his 2 wands, he's got to make some choices, he's got to make a decision, he's got to decide if he's going to be in partnership with someone or not. He wants to feel balanced, he's looking at the world, he's holding the world in his hands, and he's saying, what are all the possibilities of what I can create? What is it that makes me feel alive? Those are the wands that he's got there. What makes me feel? What makes me happy, right? And so, but in the reverse, it's almost as if it's almost like you're out looking outside for the answers to prepare for this new journey, because you're trying to you want to go on a new journey. You want to put this human journey that's been painful, full of lessons, you want to put that behind you. And there's some sort of resistance to preparing for this journey, or confusion around not being clear about what will really make you feel alive and feel happy. And you're looking at all the possibilities of how you can be a tool for creation, right? So we're an extension of creation. It's like we are the vessel that's like the paintbrush for the canvas. And, you're in this place where you recognize that you're being called to be a leader, a teacher of truth, and you're trying to figure out where you fit in the world and what your gift is to give to the world. But you're not quite sure what you want to do. You're not quite sure how to prepare. You're still in the research stage of trying to figure out what your gift is. And you may have some choices to make, and you're resisting kind of doing that work to figure out what your gift is, and resisting making a choice about whether or not you want to be in partnership with someone. Now, this might be that you're considering entering into a business partnership, a contractual partnership, might be a romantic, intimate partnership, because of the twos, of course. But there's a decision to be made, and you have not made that decision yet. So let's see if we can figure out why. So you're on the inside, you have the Seven of Wands, and this is the energy of feeling like it's been a battle for you to take on the human journey by yourself, and you're feeling defensive, and you do have you've had higher ground, but it's like you're exhausted because you've put all this work and action into your life, and I think you're really wanting to share your life with someone, and you're feeling a little bit alone on that mountaintop, and you're kind of like, I'm over being alone. I don't want to be alone and be at the top. Like, that's not fun to be alone and at the top. Like, you're wanting to stop this battle and stop this fight, and you're in this energy of reflection and introspection and reevaluation, trying to figure out, how can I make life feel a little bit more like it's flowing and easy and seamless, instead of feeling like life has been so, I have to take all this action and force and make things happen. There's a difference between power versus force, right? Force is where that masculine energy of constantly trying to, I have goals and I'm going to act and I'm going to make things happen, versus the energy of power where that the universe loves you, and you're this magnetic vehicle of attraction where things just naturally just flow to you, and you're really wanting to change the energy on the inside into this energy of where you become the magnet of attraction, instead of coming from this masculine energy of force. Now, in your external environment, you have the Knight of Swords in reverse. So what this tells me is that you're tired of being the change maker alone, like the activist that chasing truth, trying to charge into battle, to tell everyone where they're right and where they're wrong, and to change the world. And that takes a lot of energy to change the world, to be a change maker. And it's not that you're feeling tired of you feeling like you are the change maker. And the Knight of Swords in its reverse is saying, it's fine for you to just not act right now. It's time for you to not be the savior, to not be the, feel like you need to charge forward in your life. You don't need to charge forward. You can take your time. You have all the time that you need to figure out what your next step is. So your environment is saying it's totally perfect and on point for you to pause right now. And like, this is what I was saying that's happening in my own life is, I've had this battle with, I'm working on my skin, and I've been through a lot with my human journey and gone to estheticians and getting the help, and and it seems like the more help I get and the more I invest and more people I hire, the worse my skin gets. And it's just so frustrating, and chasing that perfection of constantly trying to take action, and instead of just letting things happen, letting things unfold, right? That it's okay for us not to always feel like we have to be the change makers and charging forward and coming forward with the truth. And it can be exhausting, right? So it's time to take a pause. Now, this is telling me that in the past, Virgo, that you've really been hurt by someone. This is my betrayal card, where there's been dishonesty, deceit, betrayal, someone in it to win it, someone that only cared about themselves, and so maybe you're really struggling to get back into partnership with someone, because and this is why you've been in such, the energy of do it alone, right? This is where you're kind of hesitating that teamwork and the expansion that comes from collaborating with others, because you've been hurt in the past, and you're really afraid of getting hurt again, and you're afraid of trusting others, and you're afraid that people are selfish, and that they're always going to be out for themselves, and that how could it possibly be a good experience for you to collaborate with someone when people have always disappointed you and hurt you in the past. So there's definitely some fear there of people being dishonest and betrayal, and maybe that's on your mind. But so that's what's in your fears of, and you're also, because of you being hurt in the past, when one person has to win, there has to be a loser. And what you've learned from that is that it's not safe to play the win-lose game, which means that it's not safe to play with others. And so what that means is that you're also fearing being alone, right? So you're feeling kind of lonely, actually. And this is the energy of the outcome is the Eight of Wands. And generally this means a fast change. Generally this means communication coming in fast, rapid change. But with it in its reverse, it's basically the energy of, pause. It's the energy of just sitting still. It's the energy of letting things unfold in their own time, and not thinking that you have to do anything. You don't have to do one dang thing, because it's the opposite of that. That's a lot of action, a lot of change, a lot of communication. This is just sitting still and letting things unfold. So that's what I'm getting for you. Okay, Virgo, let's look at the power animal messages. We have Raven Magic. Own your power. So there may be something where, just being careful because of those that have hurt us in the past is this is about boundaries. This is about understanding that you can still be in teamwork with others, but have boundaries. And then also, don't give your power away. Don't let your happiness exist outside of you, because the magic is within you. It's when we're in that energy of, I was talking about Power versus Force, and that book by, I think it's David Hawkins. Force is that masculine energy, where power is that energy of being the magnet. And this is saying own your own power. This is about you being the magnet. That's knowing the worth, no matter any of the chaos that's going on in your external world around you. You don't have to get caught up in that, because you're the peace. You're like what do they call that? The peace in the center of the storm. You're at the center of the storm where you're just at peace, even though there's chaos going on around you. And knowing that you are, you're the King of Wands, right? That you've got the power. So owning your power and protecting your power. Pay attention to your dreams and visions. Lizard energy is saying dream time. So many of you, I've had crazy, crazy dreams lately. So I often, on the verge of sleep, right before I fall asleep, and as I'm waking up, get a lot of messages through that that state when we're kind of on the edge, when your spirit's coming, your soul's coming back into your body. I often can bring messages back in with me. So there may be something there where you can get some clarity about what it is you're needing to see, why you're being told to sit still. So when we asked what you needed to surrender, this is saying surrender to creativity. Let your imagination soar. Stay open to all creative ideas about how to pursue a dream. Okay, so I'm getting clearly, Virgo, that you are being called to be a leader and potentially teacher of truth during these difficult times, and that you're going to get some clarity in your dream about your soul's path. So surrender to your soul's path. Your life journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. And this even goes to me as well. It's like, yes, has it been a difficult human journey? Sure, it has. You know, do I have scars from the trauma that I'm still healing? Yes, I do. But you know, all of that was a beautiful, beautiful journey. The human journey was a beautiful journey, and I would not be able to be a teacher about the soul had I not been one of the first to awaken to be able to be a teacher of truth, right? Also, surrender to receiving support and love. Allow the love and support of others in rather than trying to handle everything yourself. This can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. So again, the center of your reading, Virgo, collaboration with others. The way that we've been pushing, you know, have you been pushing others away? Have you not been willing to collaborate with others and let others come in and help you? That's something that's coming through for you to see. And then let's look at your messages from Spirit. We have love. Love is the foundation of your existence, and you're just as worthy of receiving as you are of giving love and compassion. While love can be a beautiful emotion, it is equally a form of energy that propels you through life. And I've been getting this message really strong and clear on my path, Virgos, that I'm a giver. And I always want to give of myself. That's what these readings are. I'm sharing a piece of myself with you. I'm giving my gift to you. I'm giving you 10 years of study of understanding spiritual enlightenment through every possible religion and through being a channel of allowing the energies of love flow through my heart and teach me the truth of my soul and where I'm from. And I am the energy of love, and so are you. And we have a tendency to not understand that love has two parts, that it has a give, which is what we are, natural givers, but also has a receive. And maybe this time of going through this difficult thing is for others that are around us that want to come in and love us and help us and nurture us. And there's a beauty in being the wounded one that has, and I'm not, you know, claiming that I'm wounded, but what I'm saying is when we have times where we need to recharge and, you know, recharge our batteries and rest and recover from what we've been through, and we need to value that there's a time for us to receive as well. We have the energy of caregiver. We are with you, and Spirit has its own way of recognizing sorry, I put my glasses on. We are with you, and Spirit has its own way of recognizing the care and love you provide to others, especially at the end of their lives, just as you received care and love at the start of your life. I'm going to read this again. We are with you, and Spirit has its own way of recognizing the care and love you provide to others, especially at the end of their lives, just as you received care and love at the start of your life. Caregivers often focus all their attention on their loved ones and often neglect their own concerns and well-being in the process. And this is where I'm saying, Virgo, that's been a really strong message for me, is that I cannot be a vessel for Spirit, a vessel of creation, to help create and give back to creation if I do not allow myself to heal, if I do not allow myself to recharge, if I don't allow myself to receive the love that Spirit recognizes all that I'm doing, that I'm helping others on their soulful journey. And maybe it's just our turn, Virgo. Maybe it's our turn to receive that caregiving. Hello from heaven. Your loved ones in the spirit world want you to connect with you as much as you want to connect with them. They know you've been thinking of them, and they're sending you signs and symbols to show you how much they love you and prove they're with you at this time. So we definitely have loved ones. I've been connecting with several loved ones on the other side, including my mom and dad, and even a childhood pet. And my grandpa, I had a childhood pet, this little dog, my first dog in my life. His name was Nuisance, and I loved the heck out of him. And he keeps showing up with my grandpa. So, you know, take some time to just reconnect with those on the other side that are trying to help you through your journey, because we're not alone. And gratitude. Life is one big continuous circle of giving and receiving energy. Be thankful for who and what's in your life instead of complaining about what you don't have. If you focus on gratitude, you'll start to attract prosperity and abundance. So always so easy to shift our energy to the energy of love when we're in a state of gratitude and really being grateful, even for the hard times. We have to be grateful for the hard times as well as the good times. All right, Virgo, I am going to just pull and close this reading with my own my unique deck, my prototype from my book, and it's what I call my emotions deck, or my SoulFull Creator deck. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull the energies and emotions that are blocking you, or the energies that can help you transform those energy blocks and clear those energy blocks, so that your soul can actually guide you and help you on your soulful journey. All right, what do my Virgo soulmates need to see and know that will help them on their soulful journey? Tell me about their heart. Tell me about their mind. Tell me about where their soul is and their body. Is there anything else we need to know about my Virgo soulmates and how they're doing on their soulful journey? How are they doing? What do they need to know? Boy, Spirit's talking a lot, Virgo. Maybe time for you to do some meditation, because I am just getting a ton of messages for you. All right, let's take a look at what came through, guys. This is the fun part. So there's 4 parts of ourself: heart, mind, body, and soul. We're going to take a look at each. So we've got heart. This is body. We've got mind. And soul. All right, let's break this down, Virgo. Spirit is wanting you to maybe recognize the energies that are the lower energies of the human experience, okay? So the heart makes us feel alive. It feels the energy, the lower vibrations of pain, or the higher vibrations of passion. And what Spirit is wanting you to see is that feeling overwhelmed and stressed is causing you to stay on that, the lower energies of the human journey of being stuck in pain. And Spirit is wanting you to really free yourself from that pain and get excited, so that your soul can really guide you towards your passion. So free yourself, okay? Free yourself, let go. When we open the heart, when the heart opens to let go of these energies of pain, then what happens is the lighter energies of the soul, of being childlike, free and excited, will actually come in and heal this heartbreak, and it will actually put us, return our heart back. It will mend our hearts, so that we can then, feel the energies that we were meant to feel, that are the higher energies of passion, which is intense love, and where we can feel, so full of love and light, where we're passing it on. And that's my word for passion, is passing love on. Spirit is also asking you, if there's something that you've gone through in your human journey. When we breathe in the first breath of life, we take a journey and we start to process our life experience and try to do some discernment between what's truth and what's illusion. And Spirit wants you to see that there may be some illusions still that you're not quite seeing, and is asking you, are you still thinking of yourself as the victim in some way? Because every experience, every life experience that we have is actually here for our soul's growth and helps us see the truth. So it's just asking you to let go of that illusion of being the victim, of letting that life has not just happened to you, it's happening through you. And it's happening through you, meaning that Spirit is wanting you to be in balance through the ascension process and be able to bring the energies of being a spiritual being, bringing that into the human being experience. There's those 2 circles stacked on top of each other. Each one represents beingness, being human on the bottom and being spirit on the top. And Spirit is saying that when we when we cut ourselves off from letting our soul in, our soul is here to help us let go and heal. But when we don't open, then what happens is we get stuck on the human journey. It's that like being on that hamster wheel on the bottom, where we're recreating this feeling of constantly being not enough and feeling empty. And the reason that we feel empty is because our spirit is not coming in and basically coming through us. And that's how we really get to understand that we are love, and that we are, that spirit is the energy of connection to all that is. And that's where we get our worth and our truth, and understand and remember through the ascension process that we are the energy of love. On a body level, as a creator, the reason that we are here on the earth to create. So this is the earth element, okay, Virgo? And this is about you realizing that you are a vessel of creation, just like a pen is a physical vessel, and then there's the liquid that comes through the pen and writes and creates, right? Creates a story. Well, we are a vessel and a participant in this play with creation. So how the energies that we embody is actually going to magnetize us, and we're going to either be unconsciously creating, which is reaction. We have unconscious reaction, or we have conscious creation. Now, if we are holding the lower energies of the human journey, then we're going to be feeling, are you feeling resentful towards what you've been through in your life? Are you feeling impatient that you have not been able to close this chapter and move on to the next chapter, like I was expressing earlier? Are you scared for what's ahead? Are you coming from the place of fear? Are you scared you won't be able to close this chapter? If there's any fear inside of you at all, fear stands for feeding energy against reality. It's not truth. It's not aligned with creation. So to get rid of these energies, Spirit wants us to be accountable for the energy that we are embodying, and to really embody the energy of being joyful, so full of love and life that we can't help pass on that to creation, and to create from a place of balance. So when we're creating from a place of balance, we're allowing our spirit to create love and truth and wholeness on the planet, and being accountable for the energy that we're embodying, okay? All right, that is what I have for you, Virgo. I hope that you guys enjoyed this reading, and that this was able to help you in some way on your soulful journey. The message here is, there's a lot of messages here, but I think, that the strong message that I'm getting for Virgo is to just enjoy the journey, right? Enjoy all parts of the journey, the good and the bad. That's been part of our ascension process, is that through the struggle and allowing ourselves, I'm just being reminded, to be cared for, allowing ourselves to feel the love when we have caregivers that show up and want to join us and help us in our journey, and recognizing that we are not alone, that our loved ones are on the other side. There is nothing wrong. In fact, Spirit wants us to remember that we're all connected, and that the happiness and joy comes from when we come in out of the cold and we actually connect with others in gratitude for this experience. All right, that is what I have for you guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. It's my honor to be one of your soulmates and helping you on your soulful journey. And, I want to ask for your help in helping us grow the channel, because I really need you guys at this time to, help us grow this channel. I can't do this without you. So I'm going to go out on a limb as a Virgo and ask for help, and ask you to give us a thumbs up, give me a comment. Let me know what resonated with you in this journey. I love to read your comments. It makes me feel connected to you. It helps me know that I'm helping others, and that all of my gift that I'm giving is going towards something good. And then also, share and subscribe it. If you've got loved ones, check out their signs. Send them to your friends. Help, share the channel so that your friends will start watching the channel as well. All right, guys, because we are busy creating a community of soulful creators out there, people that want to actually manifest their highest self in their life and become their highest self. And that's what we're all about. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys on the next one. Happy May.